If you're a product manager, you know the deal. It's a constant juggle. But what if you could unlock a genuine superpower? And no, we're not talking about just messing around with AI. We're talking about really mastering it. In this explainer, we're going to break down how you can turn AI from a fun little tool into your strategic co-pilot, all through the art of something called prompt engineering. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll dive into the productivity trap that so many PMs fall into. Then, we'll talk about how to unlock your AI co-pilot and why it's not a threat. After that, it's all about the playbook, the practical steps to crafting amazing prompts. We'll see it in action and then wrap up with maybe the most important part of this whole thing, you, the human in the loop. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the PM's productivity trap. See, before we can get to the solution, we have to really get our heads around the problem. The job of a product manager has just gotten so complex, right? You're being pulled in a million different directions, and it's created this huge challenge for actually getting things done. This quote from ClickUp, it just hits the nail on the head. All that writing, all that research, and then you're constantly switching from one task to another. It creates what you could call a loop of busy work. It makes you wonder, right? Are you just staying busy, or are you actually making real strategic progress? And this is what that loop looks like day to day. I mean, every single thing on this list is absolutely critical, but bouncing between them, going from deep user feedback analysis straight into a high-level stakeholder email, that is a massive drain on your energy. This isn't really strategic work, it's reactive, and it leaves almost no room for the deep thinking that actually pushes a product forward. So, how do we break free from that loop? What if you had a new team member? Someone who could hammer out the first draft of all that writing, make sense of data in seconds, and, never gets tired. Well, that brings us right to our second section, unlocking your AI copilot. This right here, this is the essential mindset shift. AI isn't here to take your job. It's here to amplify your abilities. A great way to think about it is like Photoshop. It didn't replace photographers. It just gave them incredible new tools. So as you see here, is it a critical thinker? Nope. But is it a fantastic thought partner? You bet. It's not a replacement for your expertise, but it is absolutely a superpower that makes you better. So how do you actually use this superpower? The skill is called prompt engineering, and it's exactly what it says here, the art and science of crafting the right inputs to guide the AI. Think of it less like you're coding and more like you're a director giving perfect notes to an actor. This skill is the absolute key to bridging the gap between what you want and what the AI gives you. And that brings us to section 3, the prompt engineering playbook. Now, the great news is you don't need to be some kind of technical genius to get amazing at this. All you really need is a simple, easy-to-remember framework to structure your requests. Let me introduce you to the WISER framework. This simple little thing can completely transform the quality of your results. It starts with W for who, give the AI a role, like act as a senior product manager. Then I for instructions, be super specific. Then S for subtasks, break your big request down into smaller pieces. Next, E for examples, show it what a good output looks like. And finally, R for review, ask the AI to critique its own work and make it better. It's the difference between asking a vague question and writing a comprehensive brief. Okay, enough theory. Now for section 4, AI in action. Let's look at some real-world examples, because trust me, the difference between a weak prompt and a powerful, wiser prompt is like night and day. Let's start with one of the most time-consuming things a PM has to write, the PRD. We've all been there, right? Just staring at that blinking cursor on a blank page. So on the left, you've got your weak prompt. Write a PRD for a new feature. What you get back is going to be generic, totally useless. But now look at the right. This is the WISER framework in action. We've got the who, a senior PM at Staywell Hotels. We've got the instructions, build a PRD for a contactless guest platform. And the prompt spells out the specific sections to include. This level of detail is what turns the AI from a dumb template filler into a legit co-writer that can save you hours of work. Okay, here's another big one. Trying to make sense of a mountain of qualitative feedback. This is super high-value work, but man, it can take days to do right. And we see the exact same thing here with research. The weak prompt, what are the main takeaways? That's like taking a shot in the dark. But the powerful prompt, that's a surgical tool. It gives super specific instructions. Analyze these 25 transcripts, find the top 6 failure points. And it even tells the AI how to prioritize the findings. This is how you turn days of manual sifting and sorting into a strategic, actionable report in just minutes. This all leads us to our final, and you could argue the most important section of all. We've talked about how AI is this incredible co-pilot, but it's not the pilot. You are. So let's talk about the irreplaceable pilot in this whole equation, the human in the loop. This quote from Jim Stern is the golden rule. Seriously, the emphasis on must is not an exaggeration. AI is a brilliant brainstorming partner, but it is not an oracle of truth. Your expertise, your critical thinking, your final sign-off, that's what turns a machine's output into something that's actually valuable and safe to use. It is so important to remember that AI has real limitations. First, hallucinations are a real thing. The AI can literally just make stuff up and present it as fact. It also has a knowledge cutoff, so it doesn't know about recent events. And this next point about data privacy, I can't stress this enough. Never put sensitive customer or company data into a public AI tool. Every single one of these limitations just reinforces the main idea. Your judgment is the final essential filter. So, let's end with this thought. AI gives you incredible leverage, it gives you speed, and it gives you a powerful thought partner. It can finally free you from that loop of busy work so you can focus on the big strategic challenges. The WISER framework is your key to the ignition. The only question left is, now that you have a co-pilot, where will you, the pilot, decide to steer the product?